All right, now I'm going to attempt to show you how to add an image to a calendar event. Excuse me. All right, so this is again going to require us to resize our PDFs that we get into. Sometimes you're just doing a calendar event, you're not putting in a feature slide for it. So again, if you get a PDF that is 2,000 pixels wide, you're going to have to fit it. You're going to have to resize it so that it fits inside of the calendar. Now, the important size to remember for the calendar images that go in here, they have to be 550 wide. They cannot be wider or you're going to break your calendar. 550 pixels, 550 pixels. It doesn't matter how tall it is in this one. And that's why some of them are, kind of shorter, and some of them are boxes, and some of them are, the whole flyer just shrink down so that they're 550 pixels wide. Now, in some cases, you could put smaller images in, like the Trivia Tuesday here. Obviously, that's not a problem. You're going to make that, you make whatever image you want. You put the images in the same way no matter what you do it. I'm just telling you for the flyers or for the big images that you're putting that fill up the whole space, like this Oscars one right here, it cannot be more than 550 pixels. So we're going to go into my image program again. Again, I have Photoshop, not sure what you have. I'm going to bring up this same image that we used on the other video. Go to image size, you can see again it's 2,285. So we're going to take that and make that 550 again. I don't know how you do that in yours, but once you figure that out, you're going to be cooking with gas. Okay, so now I'm going to hit OK. That is now 550 pixels wide. This whole image is. Now, it is also a PDF still, so we do have to still save it. So we're going to go to Save As. Going to switch to JPEG, and then I'm going to call this the Oscar Flyers, Oscar Flyer. And then what I do on these a lot of times, again, I told you that to name it a slide, put underscore slide. What I do is I put underscore 550. That way I know this is my 550 pixel image that I'm using for my calendar event. Okay, so I'm going to hit save. So now on my desktop we'll find that image here in just a couple of seconds. So now back end of the website, not going to log in again. You guys already know how to do that. So you're looking at the administrator here. You'll come in and you'll land on the control panel like you always do, right? All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to component, we're going to go to JCal Pro, and we're going to go to events. We're essentially editing an event. You guys know how to do that, okay? So you got to go find your event. So just going to, obviously, as it always does, because we have so many events, and it's going to take a second for it to load. This works exactly. This part I don't necessarily need to put on the video, but I have to do it to show you the other part. The most important of all of this, again, is just that image is 550 pixels wide. All right, so I need to go find my event. I know it's on May 29th, so I'm going to select May. So it narrows it down to May events. Then I'm going to select 2018. So it narrows it down to 2018. And then what I do every single time is I just go and hit all. I roll down to the bottom and hit all. That puts up all the events on here. That way I don't have to keep hitting over and all that. I don't know how you guys do it, but that's how I do. Roll down to the bottom because I know it's on the 29th. Then roll back up, find it here on the 29th. Okay, so there's already going to be an event, or there's already going to be an image inside of that Oscars event. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add another one to the bottom of it just to show you, or I'll put it on the top, and then I'll go back and delete it after we're done here. Oops, I got to go find it. I must have missed it. I remember it's a night event, so yeah, okay, so night at the Oscars. So there's my event, right? So I click on that. Brings up my event as it always does. You can see the event is already in there. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take that event out and then I'll just put it back in. Now I won't. Well, let's see here. I'm just going to add another event. I'm just going to add another image to it so you guys can see. All right, so you guys know how to edit an event, right? Obviously, you're putting them in. So you're going in and edit this event. So now if you're putting in one of the little images like the Trivia Tuesday thing, you want to put your cursor where you want the image to be. Then you go and you hit the image tool. We're going to go down. I'm going to put it right below that. So Normally what you do if you're putting in one of these flyers, you would go to the end of the paragraph after the last period, you hit enter, say twice. Okay, you see where the cursor's at right there. Then you're going to go to the image button, which I guess looks like a little TV almost right there. See that? Okay, and that brings up our box here. Now, for the flyers and all the stuff that I put in the calendar, I created a folder called Event Images. Okay, so that's where this goes. Now, I want to go over to this little picture with the blue arrow pointing up. That's the upload button. Click on that. It brings up a box. Then I go and hit Browse. Now I'm going to go find that image that I created. That image I created, I called, let's see, where did she go? Okay, Oscar Flyer 550. See it right there? JPEG. So I'm going to click on that. You see it loads it up there. Then I have to hit the upload button. See that it's uploading. Then it's going to go and it's going to highlight it for you. Okay, so Oscar Flyer 550. Click on it. When you've clicked on it properly, you're going to see it propagate up here. That's now the image. Okay, then you hit Insert, and you can see that it has added the image. Now again, we already had one in there, but that's how you add it in. You go here at Save and Close. And then when you go to your event, it should have, and it may not because of just the cache, but we're going to try it. We'll see if it'll take it. You see there, it now has 2 images in there. All right, I'll go and delete one of those. But that is how you do it. It's pretty simple if you can resize the images properly. I reiterate again, 550 is how wide they need to be. If you make them wider, it's going to push your whole website out. It's going to mess everything up. It's not going to automatically resize it. It's going to push all this over here, and your website's going to be all discombobulated. It must be 550 wide. That is how you add an image to your calendar. Again, you guys know how to edit stuff, so if you ever need to go take an image out, you'd go to the same thing. You go find it again, 529. I'll just go ahead and record myself taking out that secondary image. Go back to it, Night at the Oscars, click on it, take an image out, click on the image you want to remove, then hit delete button, close that gap up a little bit, and then you hit resave, and now you only have the one event. That is how you add an image to the calendar.